Hey Boomhauer, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks. Doing relatively okay. Vincent, Lydian, Herbert, RW Bimble, Naughty One, nice. Mile High Medic, nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Vidian, nice to have you here. I'm feeling better today, thank you for asking. I was feeling fine when the stream started yesterday, and then I was having these horrible allergies. And then, of course, there always has to be one asshole, right? And so someone in the chat was like, "What happened? Got a bad batch of cocaine?" You know, sometimes it's frustrating, man. Sky asked why I'm getting dressed up. Just trying to look for a more formal look. Think it will help the channel grow in an effort to be taken more seriously. It's about as sophisticated as the reasoning behind that gets.
What happened out there?
The Ragnarsons came through, just like Tona said they would.
Is my character a plaintiff or a defendant? I guess my character's a plaintiff, right? Because they're on the offense. I do like Valhalla. It's okay. It's solid. I'd recommend it. If you want to wait for it to be on sale, I think that's fine too, but it's been fun. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, though, is still the GOAT, though, by far. So, if you're looking for an Assassin's Creed game, Black Flag is where it's at, man. Do I have a link for membership? There should be a join button somewhere on the screen. That's how you become a member, by hitting the join button. If you don't see it, it's because you're on a mobile device that doesn't allow for it. Hello, Leto. Hello, Leto and Hans. Nice to have you here. James K. Rackets said that cats are superior to mongoose and hunting snakes. That's fake news. Can the Mongoose Coalition sue him for defamation? Damage to be calculated through loss of mongoose jobs. I love it. Have I ever played Spec Ops The Line? As a matter of fact, I did play Spec Ops The Line, yes. It was pretty good. Ooh, no, don't spot me, don't spot me, don't spot me.
Huh?
Nice. Yeah, Rackets was yelling at you guys last night, and all you guys deserve it too. I saw it, and it just reminded me of some of the stuff on my stream too. Nick is trying to tell you guys reality, and a lot of the guys there are like, "You don't know what you're talking about, Nick." It's just like the worst things I've seen on my chat too. It's very, very frustrating. You know, when you're trying to tell people and educate people, and they're like, "Yeah, that's just not true." I saw him yelling. I was feeling frustration for him, man. I was right there with him, man. I really was. I'm playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah. I made the mistake of rewatching one of my old streams when I was doing the Arbery shooting in Georgia and arguing with this guy on my channel, Ben Shivers, who was being a frustrating asshole. And the chat in Racket stream last night reminded me of Ben. You know, Ben was pushing me on whether or not Arbery was escaping. And I'm like, no, he's not. Here's the legal definitions. And he would not accept my answer no matter what I did. And I did all this deep dive research, right? So I'm like, okay, that's not what escape means. I did all this deep dive research. You know, I'm doing this I'm doing this common law research. I'm researching cases from the UK and Westminster where escape is spelled with that long S that kind of looks like an F. It's a letter that doesn't exist in the English language anymore. That's how old these cases are. And jailer is spelled G-A-O. That's how jailer is spelled G-A-O, because that's how old the cases are. I'm like, yeah, here's this case from like 1400 common law. It says exactly what I've been saying now, where escape is spelled with a letter that doesn't exist anymore in the English language, and jailer is spelled with G-A-O, because that's how old this freaking case is. It still stands for. It's like, well, that's not what I think it means. That's not the common definition. Eventually, I just had to ban him because I could not satisfy me. He's being such a bitch. You know, I was like, that's just not what it means. So anyways, when you guys were on the chat yesterday with Rackets was arguing with him, and he's like telling you, like, you know, it's just not the evidence there, and some of the chat's like, that's not true. You know, you just don't see the 4D chess in the Trump campaign. I'm like, you know, I felt for Nick. I felt it viscerally. I felt it in my soul. So yeah, he was yelling at the chat because the chat was being a bunch of bitches. So, you know, it's like you guys collectively deserved it. I saw that stuff. I'm like, I feel for you, Nick. I feel for you. You can't tell people the truth, apparently. Third Circuit might smack Stickman. That's totally possible. Yeah, they might smack Stickman around. That's possible. I thought Stickman wrote a really, really good opinion, but that's not to say that I don't think that's possible he won't get reversed. He might very well get reversed. I mean, I could definitely see Stickman getting reversed. I thought he was right. I thought he wrote a really good opinion, but I could see him getting reversed for sure. I certainly hope that won't happen, but I can foresee that because, you know, all you have to do to reverse Stickman is just lean on Jacobson. You know, so reversing Stickman on the law is easy. All you have to do is lean on Jacobson, and you're there. So if the Third Circuit wants to lean on Jacobson, they can overrule Stickman. I don't think they should. I don't think it's the right reading of Jacobson, but legally it's easy enough. So yeah, they might very well wind up referring him. Yeah, I can lead a horse to water exactly at that. Sidney Powell over here is like saying, well, we're gonna file some lawsuits on Monday. Well, she said next week, but you know, seeing as some of the certifications have already happened, and seeing as a lot of states are certifying next week, I don't know that she has any time. And I thought Nick made a pretty good argument that she's not actually trying to win. She's actually trying to lose, so that they can make a claim about how the courts are corrupt and stuff, right? So it's like, oh, the courts won't even let our claims be heard. You know, look how in the bag the courts are for Biden and the Democrats. I'm like, yeah, that's probably where this is going. And it has nothing to do with nothing to do with the courts being in the bag for Biden or anyone else. It has to do with you having no evidence and you playing games with the court. But of course, that's not going to be the messaging. The message is going to be, look how corrupt the courts are. I'm like, and that's where I get really pissed off. Because I live much more in the legal branch than the political branch. And I think they're different. So I live a lot more in the legal branch than the political branch. So, like, we can argue about policy. But, like, when Trump starts playing games with the judicial branch, I get really pissy.
Stop there, you.
But don't fuck up my, you know, you want to have an argument over policy? We can have an argument over policy. Don't
Come down.
don't fuck up my judicial branch. My judicial branch is doing great, you know? Hey, Nate the Lawyer's here. Hey, Nate the Lawyer, glad to have you here. Nate the Lawyer is a great lawyer from New York City. You should definitely check out his content. He's done some wonderful work, particularly on the Breonna Taylor stuff recently. Done some really good deep dive explanation. Really been enjoying his commentary. It's been very thoughtful. We do legal stuff all the time, Nate and I. I enjoy his thoughts and comments, so it's great to have him here. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Tucker calls Powell out, and then of course Tucker is now just a never Trumper, because you can't reason or have any sort of thought except loyalty to the loyalty, right? It's like, if you want to have political loyalty, I understand, but again, like I try very hard in my mind to separate legal and political. They are to me very different things. And like, yeah, so if you want to go argue in the political arena, that's fine. You want to go fuck up my court system, though, I'm going to have some real problems, man. Especially if you're trying to like pin this on the judicial system so that when you don't get your way, you can scream about the corruption of the courts and blah, blah, blah. How about maybe instead of the corruption of the courts, it's that you had basically no evidence of any kind, and certainly nothing that would even begin to approach what you would need to get like your desired remedies. Like, as you might be able to reasonably expect, the courts probably want more from you the more that you're asking from the courts, right? If you're not asking for a lot, the courts are going to be a little less skeptical. If you're asking for more, they're going to be more skeptical, right? They're going to take note of your remedies as part of the calculation of the whole thing, because they're human beings. So if you're like, I want $1, the court's probably not going to look at it quite as hard as if I want to throw out 400,000 votes. So if your remedy is, I want to throw out 400,000 votes, I want to decertify a state, I want to de-recognize 5 million votes, even assuming a court could theoretically grant that, even assuming that is a thing a court could do, which is not a given at all, but even assuming it's possible, the court's probably going to want you to provide some pretty compelling evidence other than, I heard from Becky, who heard from Tom, who heard from Stacy, who heard from his boyfriend's girlfriend's boyfriend that Ferris was sick, and apparently it's kind of serious. Gonna need a little bit more than that, I think, for that kind of remedy. Yeah, Nate the lawyer over here is currently on a quixotic quest, and we wish him all the luck in the world, although we're not super optimistic. Not because we're saying anything about Nate, but because of the odds that he's up against. But we wish him all the luck. But he's on a quixotic quest to sue the New York government to try to get a gun permit. And all I have to say to that is Godspeed, sir. Because I don't have to tell him that it's not, it's not going to go well. Maybe if he gets to the Supreme Court, but of course, as he knows, the NYSRPA is already on their way up there, so maybe that will help. But yeah, he was going to sue the New York City for his pistol permit because they won't give him one. I'm like, Godspeed, man. Godspeed. It's like you know that you're going to get crushed in the district court and the court of appeals, right? The only hope that you have is the Supreme Court. There's absolutely no hope before the Supreme Court, right? So like, Godspeed, man. Godspeed. The map is pretty big. I'm not sure how big it is, but I don't think games are good or bad because of the size of the map. I've seen games with big maps that are kind of shit and games with small maps that are excellent. So I don't know that the size of the map is really a. But this map is pretty big. My specialty is intellectual property law, particularly patent law. But of course, I cover kind of everything but that on my channel. Not for least the reasons that I know my day job too well, and it's not that interesting to talk about legally, because when I read these cases, I'm learning things, and it's like I have nothing left to learn when it comes to my primary field. Just because I've been doing it long enough, and it's a fairly complicated field, but there's only so much stuff, and I'm like, So I'm ready to talk about other things and move on to other things. Yeah, extraordinary remedies required extraordinary evidence. Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. There wasn't hope for Brown versus Board until the Supreme Court. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because Brown versus Board is flying right in the face of Plessy versus Ferguson, right? So, of course, there can't be. Brown versus Board is flying directly in the face of Plessy versus Ferguson. So, yeah, there's no hope until you get to the Supreme Court. Exactly. Right. And it's like, can I win there? Is the only question left. Same thing with like the National Coalition for Men who wanted to sue for the draft. It's like, well, and that's kind of where they screwed up the case, because they didn't seem to realize they had no hope until they got to the Supreme Court, and they set it up completely wrong. So, yeah, apparently they thought they could win at the District Court or Court of Appeals. Is like, nope. No, you
It's on this
can't.
longhouse. I should have a look around.
Nope. I've never played Deep Rock Galactica, no. No, I don't think I can sail Ireland. I think I am stuck on the principal island of the UK. What is the principal island of the UK called? Great Britain? Does it have a name beyond that? Because Great Britain is a political designation, right? So, or is Great Britain the geographic name of it too? I don't know. Is Great Britain the geographic name of the principal island of the UK? Or is that a political designation? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, I think I'm stuck to the principal island of the UK. Apparently, apparently Disney is saying that they don't have to pay royalties. I'm like, good luck with that argument. Yeah, we got the intellectual property, but we didn't actually get the commitment to pay royalties. I guess it's hypothetically possible under whatever contract they signed, and that someone else would have the duty to pay royalties. But if you can sever the royalties from the IP, that allows you to play some really dangerous games, because then all you have to do is sever them, transfer the duty to pay to some business which will fail, and then you keep the IP for free. So I'm not sure that works, but that's apparently what they're trying. It's like when we bought it, we only bought the IP, not the obligation to pay the royalties. I'm not sure that that's possible, but yeah, I guess we'll have that argument for a while. Great Britain is the name of the island? Okay, yeah. Okay, I just wasn't sure if that was a political designation or a geographic designation. So yeah, Great Britain. Okay, yeah, so I'm stuck to Great Britain. And Great Britain is geographic terms. It comes from the reference to Brittany in France, or Lesser Britain to its smaller size. That makes sense. Cool. But you see what I did there? Someone asked a question, and I said a thing, and then I said, wait a second, maybe I'm making a mistake. I'm not sure about something. I don't know if this is right or not. I admitted to the possibility that I could be wrong. Whoa, I was like, I'm not 100% sure that this is right. Maybe someone else will know. And then you understand my deep levels of frustration at people like Ben, who I was referring to earlier in the stream, who, despite my deep levels of research into Georgia law as to what exactly escape means, and going into cases in Westminster where the word escape is spelled with the long S that looks kind of like an F, but it's not an F, it's an S. It's just a letter that doesn't exist in the English language anymore. But that's how old the word is when these cases are being written, because it's being written with a letter that doesn't really exist. And kind of looks like one letter, but it's not that letter. It's a different letter. But I'm reading cases from Westminster from 14 like whatever that says this thing, and I'm reading the Supreme Court cases from Georgia and all this stuff. And no matter what I do, he's just like, that's not what escape means. That's not the common understanding of escape means. That's not what a person would understand escape to mean. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And he's like, no, you're wrong. And then I just want to beat him to death. Because, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure. And then when I'm not sure, I say, I don't know.
I might find something useful there.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's frustrating. Ooh, whoa. I don't want to be spotted here. Back where I was. Whoa. Oh, no, spotted.
Won't take long.
my way!
Bad idea, lovely dove.
Oh shit.
I'm going to make you regret it.
Shit. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run. Oh, okay, I'm about to die. And if I die, I have to do this whole thing completely over again from square one. So it's very frustrating. Run away. Run away. Yeah, the F kind of looks like the integral symbol in math, yeah. Kind of looks similar to that, yeah.
Going to spirit them all. Kill several
Wager on who gets the kill? No, you're dead! Dead!
Yeah. Where Congress was spelled with that long S. Yeah, exactly. So if you go look at like the Constitution and it looks like an F, yeah, exactly. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. Where it looks like Congress. It looks like an F. But it's not an F. It's called a long S. Yeah. Well, it looks like an F, but it's not an F. It's an S. Ah, man. No, that's fun with letters. Yeah, and then as long as we're having fun with letters time, I guess we can discuss the thing that looks like a Y, but it's not really a Y. All right, so you ever see a sign that says like "Ye Old Bookshop," like Y-E, ye, right? Okay, so people pronounce it "ye" because it looks like a Y, but it's not a Y. It's not a Y. It's a letter that doesn't exist anymore. It's called Thun. All right, it's a letter that doesn't exist anymore. It looks like a Y, but it's not a Y. It's Thun, and as the as the name might suggest, Thun, the way you pronounce it is th. So when you say "Ye Old Bookshop," you're pronouncing it wrong. The way you pronounce it is the Old Bookshop, because it's not a Y. It's Thun, which is pronounced the. Good times. Now more fun with letters that don't exist anymore. Yes, Ye Old Bookshop. No, it's not. It's just pronounced the. It's TH, which is incidentally why we got rid of the letter and just now spell it TH, because it's easier. Also, one of the reasons we got rid of it was when we came up with printing presses, because it was really expensive, and so we dropped some letters because why represent them when it was really expensive to print them. This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's also discussing letter time. It's discussing letters and English language time and the evolution of the English alphabet. And also there was a symbol that was kind of part of the alphabet for a while. If you look at your keyboard, it's the Shift 7. Kind of looks like an and. Well, that's how you pronounce it, or you pronounce it as ampersand, right? Ampersand. which is kind of a came as about as a result of a mistake, because ampersand used to be around at the end of the alphabet. Now, technically speaking, it's just and. It's just and, but here's how it came to be called as ampersand, right? So it used to be at the end of the alphabet. So when you're singing the alphabet song, right, you get Y and Z, and then you have this thing hanging around. So you'd say Y and Z and per se and, right? So when you say something is per se, it means it is that thing, right? So something is per se. So you say and, you say it's per se and, right? Because it means and. It literally means and. So it's per se and. So when you say and per se and, it becomes contracted as ampersand. So now you know how ampersand came to be known. Because it was stuck at the end of the alphabet and people slurred the words together. Which also is like true for a lot of English language. Like good day was God be with you, right? So God be with you then just became contracted over time to good day. So that's a lot true of our love language where things got changed over time.
I'll kill you! Instant with me! Now you bleed! You're raven!
Also, I have to be somewhat disapproving of Nick's chat, because it wasn't this last stream, but it was a relatively recent stream, and Nick said that the inauguration was on January the 21st, and no one in his chat corrected him. I was watching it, but I didn't have like mobile to type, but no one corrected it. No one be like, it's the 20th, it's the 20th. He said the 21st and no one corrected him. Y'all guys are all slacking. Yeah, Thune or Thorn, yeah, exactly. Yeah, my primary practice is patent law, intellectual property, yeah. But I don't really cover it on my channel. But yeah, patent law is my primary field. I mean, I just don't talk about it, I practice it. It's just not something I talk about a lot on the channel. Because I don't find it particularly interesting to chat about, and it requires... Maybe it's one of those things because I know too much about it. It requires so much expertise, or like that I can't. It's hard to talk about it with non-experts. Also, patent law has always been a little bit weird and often its own little domain, and always treated a little specially because it's complicated. So it's a little bit hard to talk about with people who don't have experience in the field sometimes, I think. Also, I just don't find it particularly interesting to talk about personally. But you know, when there are major cases, we'll definitely cover them, or we have covered major cases. Can I read Beowulf in the original English, Old English? It's been a long time since I've tried. Yeah, is Beowulf technically Old English, or is it like Middle English? Because I don't think it's technically Old English. It might be Middle English or early Middle English, because I'm not sure if it's technically Old English, because Old English looks nothing like modern English.
I'll finish you!
And yeah, some of them letters come from Norse too. Yeah, of course. Which is true for English, which is true a lot for English too, because English is a very, it's a very bastardized language. It's got French, English, German, Latin. Of course, French is Latin, right? Yeah, I always loved that quote. Someday I have to find the original quote because I always paraphrase it. But I always find it cute just to talk about how like language changes. because people are always like, damn the youth of today, don't they have respect for the elders, blah, 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 right? So there's a great quote from somebody, and I forget who it was, but it's a great quote who was bitching about the youth of the Rome who weren't speaking proper Latin anymore. And what he didn't know at the time is that they weren't speaking Latin, they were speaking French. Because, French was being invented. So it's like, they're not speaking Latin anymore. Well, it's not so much that they're not speaking Latin, is that they're inventing a new language now. I always like that quote because it's just like, how things change and so forth and so on. I guess it doesn't take a lot to amuse me. I've never played Bonner Saga, yeah. No, I've never played that. Ebonics is interesting because it reminds me of like Creole. Yeah, it reminds me of Creole a lot, Ebonics. So yeah, I think because like it's kind of like a hybrid between, well, Creole itself is kind of English derivative too, an English-French derivative. But yeah, Ebonics reminds me a lot of Creole and sort of its pronunciation and schemes. So I don't know if anyone else ever had the connection, but that's what it reminds me of. I think I read Beowulf in the original, yeah. But I haven't done that since high school. Or I don't know if it was the original, but it was definitely not a modern translation. It was an older translation, so I'm not sure if it was the original or an old translation, but I definitely read it in an older translation when I read it. How do we deal with this girl without getting her ass handed to us because she's so much more powerful than us? But what we could do is we could do something like this.
Straight to hell with you.
Nice. Got her. Do people call you Pillock in this? Not that I've seen. Have read the Arthur C. Clarke, Coop McDowell book, The Trigger? I don't think so, no. I low-key called us all uninformed, and you're very correct. I don't think that's exactly what I was trying to do. I was just trying to share some knowledge that I had, because why not? It's like, yeah, here's some things I know, and here's some things I don't know. And I was bitching about Ben. Oh, when I said, when I said that no one called out Racket for the January 21st thing. Yeah, it's like no one called him out for that. It's like, yeah, it's January 20th. He said it like 2 or 3 times and no one corrected him. It's like lame. Oh well. It's been January the 20th at noon for a while now. It was reset by amendment. It used to be like March something. Also, the middle of the year, also the new year was like in the middle of March before it was January. Was it March the 15th was the new year date in like old calendars? I forget. Before they changed it to January. Does anyone happen to remember what New Year Day was before it was January the 1st? I think it was like March the 25th or something like that. And then someone decided that was kind of stupid to have New Year's Day be like in the middle of March, where you'd be like, 984 on March the 24th, and on March 25th suddenly it's 985, because that's kind of confusing. You changed years in the middle of the month, in the middle of the day, for middle of the calendar for no particular reason. Someone decided, how about if we have it be January 1st instead? Yeah, that was a better plan. I've not seen the AMA Beowulf movie. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the original is completely incomprehensible to modern English. Yeah, so it was a less modern translation because I'm like, yeah, Old English, you can't read Old English. It's way too far gone from modern English. Speaking it would be really hard, or understanding it would be really hard. If you were plopped down in Old English, it would take you efforts to listen to it. It'd be like listening to like a modern day Scottish or something, or or maybe a Gaelic or something like that. So you'd have to really work to translate it into modern English. It's not something you could do on the fly without some effort. It was Caesar, or actually to pronounce it originally, it was Kaiser with his Julian calendar. Yeah, so yeah, it's like, it's Caesar. Oh, let's be really pretentious and pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced. It's not Caesar, it's Kaiser. I'll be really pompous about it. Alright, what am I looking for right now? March the 25th? See, I knew I was close. I know I was right. It's like, was it the 15th or 25th? I knew I was close. So yeah. See? I don't always make this stuff up. That's where April Fools come from? People are still on the old calendar? That's funny. I did not know that origin story, so you taught me something. I believe it. That makes sense. Yeah, April Fools was from people who were still on the old calendar, so they would switch and actually, no, you made a mistake because we're on a new calendar now. I believe it. That makes sense. I did not know that origin story. Thank you for teaching me something. I like learning things. Make Kaiser great again. That's right. And then, of course, Christmas is just a jacked pagan festival. Christians jack that. It's like, let's make that some of ours, yoink. Rebranding. I don't know if that's really rebranding so much as there's some cultural appropriation for it. You want some cultural appropriation? There you go. The Christians completely yeeting the pagan holiday and being like, this is Christmas now. Everyone being like, this is Christmas now. There's some cultural appropriation for you. How about that? Missed if you replied. If you meant to hand out a 1-minute ban from Discord, something went wrong. Seems to have been permanent. If it's intended to be permanent, let me know. I haven't handed out a permanent ban in a while. So let me check and see my bans on Discord if I ban somebody without knowing it. It's been a while since I banned somebody from Discord. Let me check my settings real fast. Let's see. Bans. Who do I have bans against? Varsal? I don't remember why I banned you or who banned you. Unspecified. Alright, well, I'll revoke ban since I have no idea why I did that in the first place. So be nice. Pronouncing Kaiser correctly comes from Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, that's definitely true too. Yeah. So whoever did that for Fallout made Kaiser great again. Yeah, that's funny. I was very late into the Fallout New Vegas game because I didn't understand what the point was. Like, I played Fallout 3 and I liked Fallout 3, and then I just thought Fallout New Vegas was just Fallout 3. I mean, not literally, but effectively. I thought it was just like, the same game again. So I was very late playing Fallout New Vegas. And then I eventually did play New Vegas, of course, and it is a fantastic game. So, yeah, when Fallout New Vegas first came out, too, it had a lot of bugs and a lot of things, too. So, when it first came out, I was really soured against playing it. Because it was hard to, it was, buggy and unreliable and stuff. And it just looked like it was the same game. And eventually I did play it. And so it was a long time till I played it. And then I really did like it. There's somewhere underground. I have to get underground. That's what I'm trying to figure out what to do right now. Alright, so there's a secret entrance somewhere. I have to figure out where the secret entrance is. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah. Alright, so now I can unlock this door. Great. I still haven't played Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. I've heard good things about Fallout 2 in particular. Well, I played a little bit of Fallout 1, but didn't really like it. One of these days I should get Fallout 2 a try, because people say really good things about it. Fallout 76 is trash. That's unfortunate too, because the setting looks so promising. But yeah, that has been my understanding of the general consensus, is that it was pretty trash. That is unfortunate. Resistance weight, poison damage attack. All Fallout 1 and 2 his talking heads are creepy, I believe that. Yeah. I like watching Many a True Nerd. He's a gamer I like quite a lot, and he's doing his Fallout 4 You Only Live Once series. He did a Fallout 3 You Only Live Once permadeath run, and Fallout 3 New Vegas permadeath runs. They're both really good runs. And now he's doing a Fallout 4 permadeath run. No healing, no curing raid damage. So no curing radiation damage, no healing. Nothing, no passive healing, nothing that gives you any health. Any disease is permanent, can't be cured by a doctor. So it's like a hardcore permadeath run. So if you like that kind of thing, you should check it out. He's a very cool guy. I like his stuff quite a lot. Raven distraction. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. Use your Raven to briefly distract enemies. That could be fun. Yeah, but watching Racket's stream last night and all the people giving him such a hard time for what I thought was very good analysis, you know? I don't know if it's that people don't want it to be true. I don't know if people are just trolling him for the sake of trolling him. I don't know what it is, but like I could feel his frustration, and I was feeling frustration too, because I'm like Nick is saying his analysis is right on the money. You know? Analysis is right on the money. And the fact that people aren't listening is a little bit annoying. Okay, I earned some sort of random XP for some reason. That's nice. And then like even with Ben, I don't know what it is. Because, you know, I want to be a good teacher, and if someone is not getting it, I just keep trying and trying and trying again. And so someone says, well, maybe you're wrong. So I keep doing this research. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm wrong. And he keeps insisting I'm wrong. It's like, you know, I don't know if he's trolling me. I don't know if he's not understanding. I don't know if it's just that he doesn't want to be true. It's very, very frustrating, you know? And eventually you just have to give up. You know? What can you do? Alright, how do I get out of this room? Doesn't want me to do that. Alright. As Nico, your cousin, want to go bowling? That was also annoying, yes. There are other things that are also annoying, that's true. I cannot deny that, sir. You are correct, sir. There are, in fact, other things that are annoying. Your arguments is...
I need your eyes, my friend.
quite correct. Alright, explore the camp for clues. Well, I wish I had a more specific directive. You sure it wasn't underground? Because get the key, explore underground. What's the limit for capital letters in this channel? Well, if I told you the exact limit, you'd go up to the limit then, wouldn't you? Yeah, and I agree with you. The whole thing does come off as very sore loser-ish. It's like, weren't the Republicans and conservatives yelling at the Democrats and the left for not being able to accept reality and for suffering from Trump derangement syndrome and all the rest of it? You know, you can't make that argument and then turn around and be like, well, we're unwilling to accept reality when it doesn't go our way. You know? I wonder if I missed something underground or what I missed somewhere. take another look down here and see if I missed something. Go to the longhouse? That makes sense. You know, and it's like if Trump had not completely blown that first debate, he might well still be the president coming in January. You know? You're only talking about having to pick up like a 0.5%. And if he had not completely blown that first debate, he might have picked up a 0.5%. And he'd been a little bit better about the messaging on COVID, he would have won. So I think Trump has very little to blame other than himself. He could have swung a 0.5% of the vote with that first debate, and he completely blew it. He did a lot better in the third debate, that's for sure. If that Trump had showed up during the first debate, we might have a different outcome, I'm telling you.
Jammed. Need to get on the other side. Okay. Come on. I don't want to skip over it. I want to go inside. I want to go home, man. Clever. Let's see what secrets you keep, Zona.
This might be something. Looks like Birgit once paid Tona to steer the Ragnar sons away from 2 areas. Birgit's private hunts, perhaps. He could be at either one. Shouldn't have been so greedy, Tona. Right, back to the brothers.
I still think the long-term trends are probably good for Republicans. So I don't think there's any reason to despair. I mean, it's not like the Biden administration won't be able to do some things that will really piss us off, but... the Republicans are in pretty good position right now. It'll be interesting to see what the media does with their time when they don't have Trump to talk about all the time. I guess they'll keep trying to talk about Trump for a while, but I'm sure he'll be banned from Twitter and Facebook in short order. And, you know, then they really won't have anyone to talk about.
Eivor, tell us you learned something.
Ledestra and Templebroth fought. What do you know about them?
Ledechester is a large village, and Templebroch, it's an old military fort. Not much else.
Birgit could be at either one. We should check both as soon as possible.
And what do we do with Tona? I would bet the sweat off my sack she's writing to Borgred now, offering silver for a warning about us.
You won't be seeing her again, not unless you're bound for Helheim. I'll collect now if you don't mind.
Ah, this one takes after me, brother.
We should get moving, Drinkit. I can take the fortress of Templebroch.
I will join you, Sigurd.
That leaves me Ledechester then. All by my fucking lonesome.
Bring a friend, brother.
It's in the Republican Party's interest to yeet the shit out of Trump.
Called that.
Go on ahead. I'll catch up.
It's in the Republican Party's interest to yeet the complete shit out of Trump. We should yeet him for days. And we should completely move on. He obviously had some policy prescriptions that are very popular, but we can find someone else that will not be a complete tard who can talk about them more intelligently. I'd be better. Well, not that it takes a whole lot to be a lot better, you know? If you want to do 2 missions for more experience, do the 4th second. Okay. Are you spoiling gameplay for me? Rubio? Nah. No, I don't see Rubio coming back.
our wits about us.
I'm still a big fan of Nikki Haley. That's who I support for 2024. And it would be a nice little thing to stick in the Democrats' craw to elect, for the Republicans to elect the first woman as president. That'd be nice, just to be able to claim that little bit of ponage over them. But I like her very much as a candidate. So that's who I'm supporting at this point. I don't really know who the Democrats have. Did anyone see that Governor Cuomo got an Emmy? Did you guys see that story? Governor Cuomo got an Emmy for his daily briefings that he's been doing. He got a goddamn Emmy. He got a goddamn Emmy for the briefings he's been doing. Governor Cuomo got a goddamn Emmy. You know, can't make this stuff up, right? Josh Holloway? Nah. Ted Cruz I like. He'd be good. Ted Cruz would be good. Ted Cruz would be a good choice. Just want to say thank you, Kurt. Want to see you doing some lives with VF. Oh yeah, VF Fry. Yeah, we do lives when we can. Of course, he's got this whole Barnes thing now. I don't quite know why Barnes and him are such a popular match, because Barnes is not like popular on his own. His channel doesn't have that many people. But when he's on with Viva, man, last time he had like 15,000 people live streaming. I mean, you're getting into like Young Turks territory or something at that point with that many people. Rand? Nah. No, I don't think so. I think Ted Cruz already ran for president, so I don't think even if he was born in Canada, he must have been born to American citizens, because I don't think that's an issue. I think Ted Cruz was born in Canada, though. I think you're right, but he's born to American parents. So I think he's fine. Okay. Viva plus Varnes is a 1+1 plus equals 3 thing. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. But yeah, he's getting 15,000 people watching his stuff, man. He's getting huge people watching. So He's doing something right, you know? The sad part in binary is that 1 + 1 = 3. I don't think so. In binary, 1 + 1 = 10. What are you talking about? 1 + 1 = 3 in binary? Not last time I did binary. Nope. Yeah. I don't think so. Find and speak to Ivar. Okay. Mark says, "Viewer brought him here. We seem, and more recently, Ricada seemed genuine. That's what's missing." Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Am I gonna play Cyberpunk? Probably. It looks like a fun game. You want me to find somebody and you want me to speak with them? Okay. Let's find this random person. Ready, send it. Ready, send it. Top of a tower. Well, guess it narrows it down a little bit. my all-time favorite game. I played a lot of Prison Architect. I enjoyed that game for sure. Prison management game, that was a lot of fun. Played a lot of Stellaris. Like Hitman? It's kind of like Hitman, I guess, in some ways.
This place is heavily guarded.
According to games, the Vikings conquered England through stealth and intrigue. Something like that, yeah. You think that might be a little bit historically inaccurate? Vikings aren't exactly renowned for their stealth and intrigue. Well, you've never heard of the ones that were. Yeah, you just never heard of the ones that were. Yeah, you can't really be renowned for stealth and intrigue, can you? I don't know. Is that a thing that's possible? Factorio, I played a little bit Factorio. I got to like the third level of the science tree and then just got way too complicated. Trying to figure out like all the things that need to be built in all the orders just got way too complicated for me to deal with, so I kind of gave up.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Prison Architect was a fun game, yeah. Gamer in the 90s? Yeah, I played games in the 90s. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, primarily in the 90s. GameCube, yeah.
I'm feeling a bit dry over here.
Så beger misliker. Diese elder hoofdfellen.
Our quest to find this guy is still continuing. Total War? I don't believe I ever played Total War, no. Find and speak to Aviar. I have no idea where that is or how to do that. The game is not being particularly helpful in spelling it out for me. DeSantis? Maybe. Maybe.
I think Nikki Haley's our woman. I really do, guys. I think she's our woman. Plus, the image of her going up against Kamala is just too rich. Plus, Nikki Haley's a Clemson grad, so you know. Go Tigers.
What do you see, Sunan?
Speaking of which, is Clemson playing today? It's the 21st. Clemson Tigers Seminole game was postponed. Yeah, so it was supposed to be at noon and it was canceled. That sucks. So they were supposed to play Florida State, but now that's not happening. Oh well. Who would she pick for VP? I have no idea. She could pick me. I'm good at doing nothing. You know? All I have to do is like show up if the Senate is in a tie, and I could go travel overseas and like give speeches and shit. I'm available for VP. I have to do like literally nothing, so you know, that's fine. I have not seen the latest Facebook and Twitter Senate thing, though. Gabbard, that'd be good. Yeah. I like that. It's a good one. I like that, Gabbard. I like that idea. That's cool. Nice. What do I think is the greatest threat to freedom of speech? Yeah, social media in general is probably a threat to free exchange and free expression.
I must be careful now.
Payment processors, that would do it. That would certainly do it. Payment processors, that would be a problem.
That beats it.
Alright, if anyone has any idea where I'm supposed to exactly go at this point, let me know, because I seem to be a little stuck. Is he up there? Discovery refused to process donations to Rittenhouse. That's fun. That's annoying. I'd love to talk to Nick about his interpretation of the misdemeanor charge, because for Rittenhouse, because I was a little less sure, but Nick seemed a little bit more
We would
confident.
have stormed the place without you.
But I'd be interested to see
What have you seen?
what he thinks.
Soldiers aplenty, wagons going in and out. That weasel Borgred is here, I'm sure of it. The bathhouse there and that church, see? I sent a scout to check them both. Should be back at any moment now. Did you see Uba and Sigurd in Templar?
I did see
No.
I did see
And if Berger
Sargon
is hiding
got
here,
his
I
money
won't have
finally
to.
from
There is a
Aquila.
lot we would
Got his
not
money,
have to
so
do if we
only
stuck
took
to
4
killing
years for that
thieves.
case to be resolved, man.
Thanks to my
4
brother.
years.
Now we are into making them.
No small tension between you two. Thought you'd be more like-minded.
You and Sigurd, you always see eye to eye?
More often than not.
You are still young. You live to my age and you will see. The closer you get, the greater the stink that rises.
Time's up for your scout, I'd say. He's either dead or run off.
Give him a chance.
Can't risk them seeing us and Bergrit slipping away again. You stay here and wait for your scout. I'm going in. Sunan, guide me.
Finish!
We have the advantage. You're 1-2, brother.
Thanks for that tip about using Q at the last moment for a stun attack. I did not know that was a thing.
Your time's up, Kurt!
Good tip. Good tip.
Shouldn't we be running? Guys!
This must be the bathhouse. Need to find a way inside.
Yeah, I think we're kind of on our way towards social credit system. We're definitely seeing like some sort of groundwork laying for that. So I think the idea of a social credit system is not beyond the pale. Definitely seeing some roads being made in that direction. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to start an enemies list. That's good news. I haven't noticed any major bugs myself, no. I haven't really run into any major bugs yet. It feels pretty good.
With me, brother. Remain steadfast.
Damn it.
Flank the idiot. Press hard.
Is there hope of regulating payment processors? Yeah, sure. You can do lots of stuff with Acts of Congress.
The church is well guarded. Might find a way around.
I know, I think we're doing fine.
Hey, Banas! Fula!
Has anyone bought a AAA game at full price? I mean, I did. I bought it at full price.
Lumber into your fate!
feel like I've got my money's worth. There's no black flag, but it's been fun.
Quite a haul of goods they've hidden away.
Congress is really, really powerful when they want to be. It's just herding cats, that's the problem. Which is kind of by design. It's supposed to be difficult by design. But yeah, Congress has lots of power when they actually want to exert it. How'd you like the Final Fantasy VII Remake? I've heard mixed things. Did you like it? I liked Final Fantasy VII the first time. I've not bought the remake. What did you think about the remake? Did you like it? I mean, for me, my favorite Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy II, which in the US is 4, right? Yeah. Or in the international system is 4. With Cecil and Rose. Stuff like that. Kane. Final Fantasy VII was very good too, of course. Dead win, dead lose.
Say that again?
You heard me. I need eggs. Viper eggs. Crusty little shits won't go away. This is my land. I was here first. So, as I said, bring me viper eggs, and I'll make sure they leave and never come back.
Provoking snakes is not how I plan to spend my day. But that could change.
A reward? Yes, I understand your meaning. Bring me the eggs and it will be done.
Okay. Apparently we're on a side quest for some eggs or something.
Yes! Oh, more! More viper eggs!
Okay. What is this now? No, Viva just posted a video about new pot cessation policies and them being deceptive. What do these snakes do today? I don't know. I've just about had these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. That's all I know about snakes, man. I know about snakes and I know planes.
Much better. Getting closer now. I can feel it. More eggs. No!
Apparently Viva had someone downvote his video before it went live. So it's only open to members only. So he has someone who's a member, presumably just to be able to downvote his videos. But, you know. Where do I get more eggs? I've run out of eggs. There are no more eggs. Oh no, here's some eggs. I got another egg, man. I am living that egg lifestyle, man. I am living the egg lifestyle. I am a courier. I'm a courier of eggs. I'm Fallout New Vegas egg over here. This is Fallout New Vegas Egg Edition. All about them eggs, no trouble. All about them eggs, no trouble. Okay, well, I got eggs, baby. I got eggs for days. I'm the egg master. I got so many eggs.
They call me Peter Rabbit. I don't know. It didn't really work, I don't think, but we got so many eggs.
I knew I would regret this.
That nearly turned my insides out. Oh, I wish I could see the stir I've caused above.
My reward, before I choke to death.
As we agreed. Well, have you nothing to say after such a forceful breaking of wind?
I am the Eggman. I am the walrus. Cuckoo. Okay, well, apparently I helped the woman fart, and, okay, that was, something that happened. I need a small break. Talk amongst yourselves. I will return in a moment. All right. So we are doing a little bit of a tequila Coke right now, in case you're curious. All right, let's play on. All right, let's play on. Where were we? Now, in case you're curious, I'm using no particular brand. I could check the label, not that it really mattered. But I'm using a Resposito or Resposado, whatever you pronounce it, the aged tequilas. I don't really like unaged tequila, and Añejo is way too expensive for mixed drink. But the Respado, which I think is aged for 2 years, you know, even if it's generic, it's pretty good. So that is what we're drinking, in case you're curious. I need to get some of that Kraken rum just to see what it's like, you know. Talk about the Kraken so much. I should go out and get some Kraken just because I can. Nice.
I should be cautious around here.
Yeah, vodka spirit. I don't usually drink vodka. I'll drink like a White Russian, but I don't usually drink vodka otherwise. Gin and bourbon are usually my go-tos. But, you know, tequila's nice too. Especially if it's aged and mixed. Again, I don't really like unaged tequila. Kraken is deliciously dangerous. Sounds promising. I should definitely get myself some of that then. Vodka is neuter gin, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gin is just the original flavored vodka, right? Gin and ginger ale is usually go-to, or gin and pineapple, like a gin and juice, but usually I like pineapple. Usually pineapple or grapefruit. I'm in Texas, man. It's Tito's or nothing, right?
The other side must be barred.
I'm morally obligated to drink Tito's, which actually is a very good vodka for price. Price per quality. Yeah, price for quality, Tito's might be the best value of any vodka. New Amsterdam? Yeah, Amsterdam is fine. Yeah. Yeah, when he said crack, he thought I meant crack. That's funny. Gin was popular, then the cheap town flavor it with turpentine. Turpentine doesn't seem like a good thing to drink. It seems like a bad thing to drink. I wonder if I should switch. Actually, let me try if I do this instead. Oh yeah, do this old split. Maybe this is better. Yeah, that way you get more of this game on screen probably. Yeah, let's try that instead. Yeah, that's a little better. Now I'll do that with a little bit more gaming look. Country plus Coke. There you go. I am kind of interested in mushrooms. I thought about growing them. I looked online on like how to grow them. It looks like actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Because like you have to like, at least the instructions I found, you know, you have to get these jars and you have to make sure there's absolutely no germs and you have to like. Looks like it's actually a bit of a pain in the ass to grow mushrooms in yourself. But some of the research on mushrooms and depression look really interesting. And as a guy who suffers from depression issues, maybe it's worth the hassle. You can use the transform menu to fit the game to screen. Hold on, that's probably true. I can. Hold on. Transform. Let's see. Fit the screen. Do you like that? Do you like that? There you go, that's a little better. And mushrooms are a pain to grow, that's why I hear. My screen is now flashing green at the bottom. It's really pissing me off. I can't. It's flashing. You can't see it, but I can see it. It's distracting me. Yeah, it's flashing green at the bottom of my screen. So like this green bar that's flashing, and I can't get rid of it. Okay, there it goes. I don't know what it was doing, but yeah, alright. Are mushrooms legally grown in the US? Nope. They're not. However, you can buy the spores, and then you can grow them illegally if you were so inclined.
Keep my wits about me. Your last breath.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
In Oregon, you'll get away with it for sure, yeah. Not everything's been decriminalized, yeah. Actually, they made it recreational, didn't they? So you can just buy it, presumably, or something. I mean, if they made it recreational legal, you should be able to find someone to sell it to you without too much difficulty, I would think. It'd be nice if Texas legalizes marijuana. If they put it on the ballot, I think it would pass. Marijuana is decriminalized in Austin. It's only a fine though, so you can have personal possession. But I'm so straight-laced. I wouldn't know where to go to find pot. You know, when you don't know where to go find pot, you don't know what to do. I mean, other than going on the street and like asking anyone who happens to be standing in the corner, do you know where I can get some pot? Which I guess I could do. Then I wouldn't know the quality of what I'm getting. I wouldn't know. You know, I wouldn't understand how much to pay for it. I wouldn't understand anything. So. Not necessarily great, just for that plan. Don't know if the new law lets you grow in Oregon. I don't know if it's that specific. I haven't taken a look at the details. But did authorize it for recreational use, so presumably it's been made pretty neat.
Jailbird.
Eivor!
Have you lost your mind?
I feared you were one of them.
Keep quiet. What are you doing here?
I was looking for Burgred.
You are Eva's scout.
I hoped I might find Burgred myself and talk him into surrendering. But he's not in Leatherchester.
How can you be sure?
Leofrith passed this way with some men. I eavesdropped. It seems they're only stockpiling food here, but he did say something of interest. Gave orders to send more men to Burgred's wife, the Lady Arvelswith. She's in Templebroch. She would know where Burgred's hiding. Do you hear that? The sounds of battle.
Ivar! Let's get you out of here now. Where are you going?
I know my way around. We'll go through the market.
The wise band do not store the grape juice where it might get fermented. Yeah, basically that kind of deal, yeah. I just assume pay someone to grow it for me and buy it, because I'm so lazy. It's like, why be bothered? Just microdose it. I'm currently trying to find a psychiatrist to prescribe meds anyway.
Get round the side! Take you! Won't survive, fool! Enough you! God grant me strength! Right, that's better. Keep the give me strength. You're on lava, no.
They're everywhere!
Stay close to me.
What do I do?
Fight, man, fight!
Ooh, brutal.
Trying to smash you! You're together, lads. We have this. Face me, Lord!
You're mine!
Not out much longer.
Damn you! Take the foreground! I will burn it all down!
Don't meet your
Weakling! Just watch my eyes here! Hold up a fight!
Are you hurt? Speak up.
I don't think so. My God. I didn't want it to come to this.
It would have killed you, Jailbird. You had no choice. Now don't move.
Nothing would prevent Kamal from doing shermans.
Where
That'd be
is your
hilarious.
king, Saxon? Where is he?
Lord our Father, grant me salvation.
When does their god find the time to answer so much mumbling and whimpering?
You're reckless, Ivar. Jailbird could have been killed.
Who am I to stand in the light of a boy searching for his boss?
Don't excuse yourself. You enjoy this too much.
Stop. It wasn't Ivar who sent me. I sent myself.
Have caution, boy. Until your father is crowned your merciless enemy, not its champion.
I have no particular reason to believe the feds will step in for Oregon.
Good. Now return to Repton and remain there until we call.
Will you not stay, Wolf-Kissed? There is no king, but we have corpses to loot.
Bergred's Lady Athelsweth is in Templebroch. I'm going to find out what she knows.
Yeah, I have no particular reason to believe the feds will step in Oregon. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if the Dems make an effort to change this federal schedule on marijuana. I think Biden's opposed to it. I think Kamala Harris has expressed support for it,
Pile the
though.
soldiers here. Let these people bear witness to the carnage that awaits their kingdom.
This area is off limits.
Have a look, Sunan.
Go to head shops and look for shady waiting people. Look for shady looking people. I guess that's an option too. And just go to the pot store in Canada. Must be nice.
Show me what lies ahead.
Alright, so I have to figure out how to get under to get that that armor and stuff. That's what I'm trying to figure out to do right now. For the underground passage to get to the get underneath so I can get that armor or whatever is below me. I hope it's around here somewhere. Maybe I should just do cocaine. That helps you lose weight, right? See a lot of thin cocaine users, right? Probably not very good for my heart, though.
Go, my
Where
eyes.
is underground passage? It'd be nice to change it'd be nice to change marijuana from Schedule 1. Thanks for dropping by, Leto. Nice to have you here. Let's see what I'm looking for. Restrictions in Texas are going pretty well these days. The governor said there will be no new lockdowns. That makes me very, very happy. And things are opening up. Dave Chappelle was performing the other night. I got to listen to some of it for free because my apartment overlooks the stage. So that was nice. And of course, Dave Chappelle was on Joe Rogan Experience recently. As a result of that, too.
Whoever trains these Mercian soldiers should be relieved of their duty, I think.
I'd be happy to legalize weed. You know, I just don't think there's enough reason to keep it illegal. So, you know, looking at it from a straight cost-benefit analysis, I just don't think you can justify the collective cost for whatever benefit you're getting for making weed illegal at this point. And I really don't give two shits, personally, if Marlboro wants to come out with weed cigarettes or something. You know, I don't really care. That's fine. Big Tobacco needs something else to do with their time. That's fine. They can become big weed. What the fuck do I care? Does anyone have an idea on how to get underground to get to this armor? That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do right now, by the way. There's this armor here, but it's underground. I need to find an entrance to the underground. So I'm kind of looking for the secret entrance or something.
What see you, old friend?
There might be the entrance. There we go. I think that's what I'm looking for. I think you can make a pretty credible argument for banning many drugs, not the least of which would be heroin and meth would be the most obvious because they're so dangerous. I mean, you could argue the other position too, but
Hello
I think
and
I think
welcome.
you can make a pretty credible case for that, at least.
I must take my leave. So long.
Should be like buying a gun, right? Just go to the store like, I'd like one gun, please. One gun and one pot. Yeah. A million views, thank you. 10 Canadian dollars from Rookie. Appreciate it, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, thank you. Now we just need to get past 1 billion views, right? Going to a board game meetup? Yeah, like I'd go to a board game meetup. That sounds fun. How do I respond to the strict libertarian position? Well, I've never been a strict libertarian, and there are harms to society, at least somewhat, by people fucking themselves off. I mean, they can't be as productive in society. So a person degrading themselves can be a net harm to society. So the strict libertarian position, even though I have libertarian leanings, I don't go that far on libertarianism, you know? Your failure to be a contributor to society is a societal harm. If you weren't on drugs, you might be a societal contributor. Society has an interest in you being a contributor. If you're on drugs, that might inhibit that goal. So, you know, I take a slightly more conservative position. With that being the case, however, I don't go to the end of the page either on the other end. So it's like it's balancing. Right? Try to look at things in a balanced perspective. What are the collective benefits? What are the collective harms? Especially when you're talking about policy and talking about a societal wide scale, right? What is good about this? What is bad about this?
Go, Sunan.
And try to put everything into a calculation, you know? At least for me, for marijuana, and I think psychedelics are in that potentially, at least in the discussion, the collective benefits from making them illegal don't seem to be worth the collective costs in terms of enforcement, deprivation of liberty, economy, you know? So I respond to the extreme libertarian position by saying, well, I think the extreme libertarian position is saying people can do whatever they want, but I think that's a problem because we live in a society and people should be contributing to society. So I take a different, more conservative position. Yeah. The collective has an interest in the individual, and of course you can take that too far, right? And you go down authoritarian roads if you take that too far. But you know, there's something there, I think. Libertarians solve that problem by trying to eliminate the issue completely, right? They solve the problem by saying, well, no restrictions are legitimate, which is a simpler position, but I don't think accounts for as many things as it needs to account for. And I think a more complicated position is probably warranted. Where's the limiting principle? Yeah, the limiting principle is a problem because you say let's take balance, it's like, well, what's limiting? It's like, yeah. And it doesn't really lend itself to easy answers on that in terms of limiting principles. The libertarians have a much easier time on that as a limiting principle. You know, they have a much easier time. A more conservative position has a tougher time with the limiting principle. Except trying to say, well, let's do the collective math. Try to figure out what the benefit to the individual is, what the benefit to society is. Harm to the individual, harm to society. The conservative has a preference for freedom. The conservative has a preference for libertarianism. So they start from a position, or at least I do, they start from a position of freedom, start from a position of a libertarian position. It's just that we don't end there. You know, there are other things that need to be factored into the equation. Especially if we're going to have any kind of welfare state or any sort of support state at all. The true libertarian wouldn't have that problem either. I'm not necessarily sure that's correct, but the true libertarian doesn't have that problem. Right? They don't believe in a support state. They don't believe in the state, period. Really. So they don't believe in governmental assistance programs, which is a valid position too. You know, people should do what they will. If they need support, look to private support. It's not a completely invalid perspective. To the extent the conservative believes in any sort of governmental program, though, the conservative has to factor in how the individual's decisions might create long-term harms to societal support programs, and also the detriment to society as a whole. I think, you know, Penn Jillette had a pretty good argument about this thing one time, where he said this. You know, it's like the true libertarian position is a person should be able to be free to do whatever they want. And then he said that actually can be a bit of a hard position, because if you take that position to its logical extreme, that would mean that if you have a girl who, you know, if you have this 15-year-old girl and she is, you know, a genius, and she's, you know, a mathematical genius, you know, and would be a massive benefit to society, but if she wants to work at McDonald's and take drugs and get pregnant, the true libertarian position would be she should be able to do what she wants, no matter how much harm that would create to society as a whole. And the conservative position would be a little less willing to go to the complete end of the libertarian page. But do the conservatives have a true limiting principle? Not really. It's more of a balancing exercise. And it's like, where do you put the balances in? And that becomes complicated. But as I was trying to say, I think last night or in a different stream or something. Yeah, I think it was last night when I was streaming, because people are giving me a hard time about the law and say, well, the law should be simple. The law is too complicated. It uses too many complicated terms. It's like, it's very difficult to be simple and just at the same time, because simple rules are very broad. They tend to be under-inclusive, over-inclusive, and usually both at the same time. If anyone's familiar with Star Trek and like the Next Generation episode Justice, you know exactly what I mean. Like death penalty for everything. You know, it's a very simple philosophy, but not maybe the most just philosophy. Just philosophies require more complicated and more balancing. So the simple positions are appealing, but they tend to be under-inclusive, over-inclusive, a little bit of both. And I think the law as a whole and policy as a whole needs to be more complicated, because the human experience is complicated. Simplicity is superficially appealing, but it doesn't really work in its application. Which is also incidentally like where the far left goes along, because the far left's answers to a lot of things are superficially simple, right? But then you apply that, it doesn't really work. So I think the libertarian position runs into kind of the same problems that the far left positions do, or far right positions do, or any simplistic positions do. They sound really, really good, but the problem is when you actually go try to apply them,
they don't really work because they can't account for the things they need to account for because they're too simple. And I think the law is complicated precisely because it tries to deal with everything. And so it's very hard to reduce it down any further without it being unjust. And if anything, the law needs to be even more complicated than it is. You know? Reminds me of the West Wing, where the Assistant Secretary of State was trying to explain this to C.J. Craig in terms of foreign policy with China. I'll paraphrase the exchange from the West Wing because it kind of emphasized the point. So they're going to the presidential debate. Bartlett is, of course, a Democrat. The Assistant Secretary of State, Duncan, I believe is his name, is a Republican, longtime Republican. And he's going to be not a spokesman, but he's going to be an expert. I forget exactly what they call them, but they're going to have these experts who will be there to answer questions about policy, right? So he's a Republican. He's going to be at this Democrat debate answering questions on policy. And so C.J. Craig says to this guy, Duncan, Assistant Secretary Duncan, says, no one is expecting you to say a thing. Not a thing that would be insulting to your party, which you've been loyal to for 30 years. And he nods at that. And he says, the president's going to be attacked on his goals regarding China. And so he says, free trade is essential to human rights. By making China agree to the same rules as everyone else, we bring China into the marketplace at an additional billion consumers, and we strengthen the forces of reform. And she says, that's it. It's that simple. And then he says, no, it's not simple. It's incredibly complicated. Diplomacy needs all the words it can get its hands on. The answer I gave you, the end of that sentence is, we hope, because nothing else has worked yet. I'm like, yep, that's about right. We hope, because nothing else has worked. It's like, yep, trying to reduce things down to simplicity complexity is not a vice. As C.J. Craig pointed out, I'm like, yep, complexity is not a vice. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, left wing or right wing, complexity is not a vice. We're dealing with human beings and their interactions with each other, which are inherently complex. The answers are complex. And the problem with libertarian thought and the problem with far left and far right thought, as far as I can tell, is that it is too simple. So, that's sort of what I think. Yeah. Behind the church. Alright, well, first of all, I have to figure out which building is the church. Go inside the church. Alright, well, which is the church? Because I've got so many buildings. So first I have to figure out the church. I don't mind help, by the way, if I'm looking for something specific. I don't consider that a spoiler. Alright, I'm thinking the thing with the cross on it might be a church. Let's go with that. Yeah, the best way to repeal a law is to enforce it strictly. Yeah, that too. Because if you actually enforce a law, you realize its flaws. Yeah. So that's very, very true. I don't know if Lincoln said that, but the sentiment is right. Yeah. Yeah, zero tolerance is a good example of how simple rules can be very dumb. I agree completely.
Must be blocked from the other side.
And of course, you can make things too complicated. That's absolutely possible too. Some things are simple, so complexity is not in and of itself good. But I think simplicity is probably the wrong way to go most of the time. Alright, so now we're underground, so we've made some progress. Did I succeed? Did I get what I was looking for? I think I did. Excellent. Very good, thank you. What do you got? There's no BLM on the walls of the game. It's funny. All small gold things are supplies so you can upgrade your armor and weapons. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of picked up on that a little bit. But I think the libertarian position is more right than not, because there is a the state can be extremely dangerous, and the government able to give you everything you need can take away everything that you have, and so forth and so on. So like the libertarians are right, and they're concerned about the power of the state in particular, and they're also right that government programs are often not as good as private programs because of the competition forces. So, the libertarian position is more right than not. I just think you can't go as far as they're going. But they're more pure in their philosophy, so they got that going for them. So many things underground. Oh, Jackson. Yeah, that's true on the libertarian position too. Freedom is two foxes and a sheep voting on what to have for dinner. Yeah, that's a problem on the libertarian position too.
There are definitely Puritans all over this landscape. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. I do think that one of the better things that people can do is just try to think through the implications of everything. You know, just try to think things through as best they can. It's very difficult to see all possible ends, but trying to think things through, you know.
Bring you, pig! Face gone!
did better than your tight-lipped man here. He'll never say anything again.
We've told you everything. Won't you let us go?
That depends on what happens here.
What do you think? By land or by water?
We take a boat in there, it'll cause a stir.
Eivor, there you are.
What's with the prisoners?
Man from the fortress, out on patrol.
We squeezed them. Berger's not here. It's his queen they're guarding. Others with... They must have separated after Tamworth.
I heard as much from Ceolbert in Leicester.
Ceolbert? What was he doing there? Ivar.
Too long a tale for now, but he's fine. I send him to Repton. What's the plan here?
It won't be long before someone comes looking for these men. We need to get inside and find Adelswith.
Capture a queen to find a king. It might work.
Only one way to find out. See if you can get anything more out of them. Me and Eivor will take care of fetching Adelswith.
Odin guide you.
The Saxons won't welcome us through the front door. We could find a quiet way in, or we can take your longship. I'm beside you either way. Ah, Eivor. I have dreamt of this day.
Of scouring the Shire in search of a king.
Of going a Vikingur. With you. With our brothers and sisters. Conquering new lands. Forming lasting friendships. And if it takes chasing some weasel across a new land, so be it. I am right where I wish to be.
As am I, brother. I should not be seen in this area.
We'll do this the Vikingur way then.
So much for subtle.
God won't let us lose. Feel my breath on your neck. You will pay. Die! Jesus God, my lords! With me!
Come on.
You come here often? I'll snap your spine!
Nice.
Take the fight to the enemy! Flank the idiots! Press hard! Go! Do your duty, men!
It'll be interesting to see, in particular, how left-leaning the Biden administration winds up being with its cabinet picks and so forth. If they're going to go more left-leaning or more new wave Democrat. That'd be pretty scary.
You're dead! Pick the coward up! Snort! Away with you! Focus! Your time is come! Give up, you shit! Brother! For that!
The rumor right now is Merrick Garland for AG. So we'll see if that is true, I suppose. I'm not sure why, if you were confirmed to a federal bench, why you would leave for any position, to be quite honest. I mean, he is the chief judge of the DC Court of Appeals. Why would you leave to be AG? I don't know. But that is the rumor.
You're gonna die! With me here! The Lord is my strength! We have the advantage!
I mean, unless you're just tired of being a federal judge. I mean, people do leave the bench. It's meant to be professors and other things, so people do leave the bench. If you're just tired of being a federal judge, but... The Republicans might go for Garland as AG. I think you're right. I think the Republicans are probably not going to appoint a lot of judges over the next 4 years. I think that's definitely true. Especially if there's an opening on the Supreme Court seat. I'd be happy with anyone but Breyer. So if Breyer wants to step down, man, they can find like another Kagan or another Sotomayor.
Justice awaits, coward!
That'd be fine by me. This Breyer, man, drives me crazy. Thoughts on the Great Reset? I've heard some discussion around that. I don't know how seriously to take it, to be honest. You could do see some horse trading, yeah.
The soldiers' barracks. Others with might be here.
Coward! You won't escape!
I've not done more line dancing yet, no, but I'm definitely going to at some point in the future.
God damn you!
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
I do meet girls dancing, that's true. I was supposed to do some speed dating tomorrow, but I think that was canceled. I think there's some on Tuesday I'm doing. I signed up for a whole bunch of speed dating events, so let's see if any of that goes anywhere. You're welcome, Railway Hacker. Nice to have you here.
What?
Oh, God!
Damn you!
Yes, I've been speed dating before. I met my last long-term girlfriend speed dating, as a matter of fact. Long walks on the beach. I prefer a long walk in a park or a long walk in a botanical garden, but sure.
Keep your eyes open. Put an arrow in the dog. In for the finish!
Texas has beaches, sure. Yes, Texas has some beaches. There's Gulf of Mexico, I'm sure you might have heard of that. We got lakes and rivers and everything.
You three, scurry. Lady Athelstwith, I see Burgred has done his best to hide you away. But what is lost must always be found.
Let my handmaidens walk free of this place. They have nothing to do with our quarrel.
You hear that, Eivor? Noble, selfless. This is the sword you must strike a bargain with. A woman of quality. We seek only your king, lady. Tell us where Burgred hides, and we will leave without an ounce of blood spilled.
Please, I don't know.
Effective, Sigurd.
She's only naive to her present danger, but she will soon understand.
Wait. Those are the hands of one who washes linens. A servant. She is a decoy.
Guards, come quickly! The Danes, they found me!
Watch the handmaidens. I'll follow Athelswith.
Texas is pretty huge. Texas is pretty huge. Alaska's pretty freaking huge, though. Alaska is huger. Huger. Huger.
Rabbits! I'll keep the rat busy!
I'm about to get my ass handed to me. Help. 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 Run away.
Time has come for you!
Hello, no. Happy to have you here, JP. Railway hacker? I thought you were a supporter or something. Are you not? I'm just surprised to see your name in white. What are you doing? Try to swim for it?
Stay away from me! My husband will send you all to hell! Stop what you are doing at once!
Quite clever, your ladyship. You're certainly making us work for it.
Keep your hands off me, pagan!
Have you lost your sense of hospitality? I regret asking.
Let me go! I demand it!
After what you put me through, I would have to be mad.
Do you understand what you're doing, pagan? I am the lady of...
We take a boat in there.
Lady Otherswith, you have seen better days.
God will sear your soul, heathen, if he can find it.
Why the catch, Eivor? She is as much a poet as you.
Where's my Catherine? What have you done with her?
Your handmaiden, you mean? The brave one, dressed in royal finery? Season changed with the others.
I'll take them back to Tamworth. Get them talking.
If she has so much as a scratch on her.
I will inform Ceolwulf. He might have some ideas on how to get through to her.
I will meet you there. Sigurd, what about these prisoners?
We've got what we need. Let them go.
Ace, what's going on?
A good turn.
Are any of Nick Rackett's people still here? Are they still watching at this point? Still tuned in to the watch me game channel stream thing? Nick's a cool guy. I wish I was as cool as Nick.
I'll cut that nagging too.
Jeg finder, der kan træde de guderne. Først det som kan lidt så.
I'm a bit tired. I'm gonna have to stop playing here.
Your turn. She won't talk to me.
Eivor will handle it. Go on.
Hey, Bill Maurer. Nice
You've
to have you here.
exhausted my friend Abba here, but I'm wide awake. Maybe tell me where Birgit's hiding and let him rest happy.
Never.
Stone-faced and tight-lipped, all for a king who hides like a cowardly vole, too scared to protect his family and his people. Thirsty?
My husband does what he must for Mercia. How could he do otherwise, knowing that even his closest friends could betray him?
Racketeer here. That's cute. Racketeer, I like that.
Give that traitor Ceolwulf my message. He may win this earthly battle, but the devil has won the war for his soul.
I appreciate the lack of cyberbullying. I appreciate the lack of Tosca Man Lenny. That's, that's good stuff.
He stabbed you in the back, true. But the people of Mercia are scared, and Ceolwulf offers them a balm for that fear.
I spit on him. Whatever life he makes in Mercia will be built on the graves of the nobles who gave their lives to defend it.
The longer you drag this out, the truer that becomes. We've taken Repton, Tamworth, now Templebroch and Leicester. With each victory, your hope for peace recedes.
Yet Borgred has what you do not. The loyalty of his people. Good men. Faithful men.
Who? The Thanes and Churls of Mercia? No. Only Leofrith remains loyal, and he too will fall.
Yes, goodly Leofrith. He will die defending his king. And win or lose, he will send 100 more of you to hell.
Eivor, your ladyship, do not mind me. Only here to count my spoils.
Oh, God!
Pigs have to eat, my lady. The trouble is, it takes a lot to sate their hunger. Only a matter of time before they finish those and sniff around for fresher meat.
And the smell of pig shit after this? Ooh.
My God! Get me out of here! Please!
Talk now, and we'll draw you a nice warm bath.
You are asking me to betray my husband. How can I do that?
If you don't, you will betray countless others. In legend, you may be remembered as the king and queen who abandoned their kingdom in its darkest hour. But there will be peace. This is Ceolwulf's promise, and it will be honored. You have my word.
Does the caged bird sing?
Birgit is hiding in an old crypt to the south, where the Alni and Era rivers join.
A crypt? Now tell me this is not a sign from the gods.
It's a long way to carry a king. The three of you must clear a path back to Tamworth. Where can we meet?
Bring him to the bridge at Venonus. It's a straight line through. We'll deal with any trouble there.
The heads were a nice touch. I'm not one for spectacle, but it got her talking.
Spectacle? That's just me.
All right. $126 Danish krona. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. I'm thankful for the Uncivil law streams. They bring me much good knowledge on American law. Expose me to its health, objective review, and expose me to a conservative worldview. Well, thank you very much, Mosaic Fast Force. That's very, very thoughtful of you, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you. am I going now? Right here. Somewhere around here. All right and Alne River. That's right here where those two rivers meet. So it's around there somewhere. Okie doke. Can we stop at Whataburger? I think we can stop at Whataburger. That sounds good. You don't celebrate it in Denmark? Well, that's a shame. What do you celebrate in Denmark? Being Vikings? I mean, you guys are the original Vikings, right? You guys invented the Vikings. Are you still Vikings? Are you still Vikings over there in Denmark? Do you do Viking stuff? Are you living that Viking lifestyle in Denmark? Are you still being the OG Vikings? But I'm glad you use it as an opportunity to be thankful. That's always good. Instead of pillaging, they send them butter and bacon. I don't know, it's quite the same thing, but okay, yeah.
Troll curse corruption lurks here.
I might try to get a nap and try to go out tonight.
Maybe God for a musty crypt. It cannot be the dead they're protecting.
what's going on. You're one too, brother.
Bullshit wouldn't say.
Get in the king's orders.
Not much longer, corpse! Die now! Jesus, guide my balls!
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Billy D. If you love sail the sea, you are a pirate. Yo ho, we believe. If you love sail the sea, you are a pirate. All right, here we go, kids.
He's got to be down here. Where are you hiding, Birgit? I must be getting close.
No! No! That's new leather!
You're going down! My lord! Intruders! I'll gut your corpse!
I'm on fire. I'm doing all right. I think I'm going to finish this quest and then call it at least for a break because I'm a little tired. Maybe get a nap, maybe go out, I think. Maybe I'm a little tired, so...
No! No, no, no! It can't be! Stay back!
That's a bread knife, my lord. Do you mean to butter me?
Stay back! Back, I say! I'll fight you!
If you insist.
You'll have to kill me!
Luckily for you, it won't come to that.
This kingdom is mine! Mine!
I don't appear to have a weapon. I don't appear to have a sword.
The throne is mine!
Why do I not have a weapon or a sword?
You have to kill me!
Time to go, my lord. We're late for the crowning ceremony.
Alright. Well, mission accomplished. Good. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to get out of here. Yeah, Assassin's Creed might have been a pirate simulator, but it was a fantastic pirate simulator. So.
We're free this time!
Focus, we have this!
Damn it. I've heard it say that it's not a particularly good Assassin's Creed game, but be that as it may, it is a fantastic pirate game. So. Okay, cool, we're outside. We've made progress.
Orders, and the rest of us are just supposed to stay here, like sitting ducks. If you don't cut your whip. If you don't cut your whip.
Right at the front door, man. Taking your king right up the goddamn front door. Come on, stop moving.
Ah! Get me off this thing! You think you've won? You haven't. Liar, Frith. I sent him away with orders to destroy you.
Quiet.
The mess you're in, you don't know the half of it. You're a blight on this world. The whole lot of you. A rancid disease! You don't deserve Mercia!
To the victor the spoils, my lord. You must win Mercia to deserve her.
Now! Ain't we all right?
Hey, boy! This way!
We need to go, fast.
Right behind you.
They've got the king! Don't let them get past!
Here we are. Look familiar?
No! No, you godless slugs! You won't get away with this!
Slugs? That seems mean.
Oh, it's hot!
Change has come, Burgred. All that remains is a coronation. A witan with the Lords of Mercia.
Burgred, my love!
My lady, are you injured? Did they hurt you?
No, no. I'm fine.
Move along, lord. Your king awaits.
Your death will come, Danes. Your end was writ the moment you came for me. I have made damn sure of that. The zealots will know your name soon enough. No matter where you are or how far you travel, they will hunt you down.
Enough of that, you squeaking sparrow.
Let my brother be the lunatic of Tamworth.
Zealots? What does he mean?
Ignore him. Desperate pleas and prophecies, nothing more.
Walk with me, Wolfkist. We have some time before the ceremony.
Where to?
Nowhere in particular. I only want to celebrate.
Well, kids, I'm
Didn't
going to
think you
sign
were the
off.
type.
You have drawn a dark conclusion about me, haven't you?
I'm going to sign off. I need a break. We've been playing for a little while. I've had this. This will be members only, as is typical, because it's off-brand. But I've been enjoying this, and maybe we'll be on later or something. But, you know, but for now, I think it's enough. So if you haven't already liked the channel, if you haven't subscribed, become a member, join, you know the drill. And I'm going to sign off, and I will definitely see you tomorrow for some batch record, if not sooner. So until later, my friends, I hope as well. Cheers and goodbye.